Can you guys hear me? Thank you for coming today. You guys are absolutely beautiful and critical. And I want to thank Jonathan and the team for setting this up. These are the first times in about 10 years that I've been proud to be Canadian. I look around and I see flags for the first time in a long time. I see every race, gender, and creed collected underneath that flag. That is Canada. We are Canadian citizens. 14,000 Canadians landed on Normandy on June 6, 1944 to fight for freedom. Many Canadians today are descendants of those proud people. All of us have children. Most of us have children, and the children we've seen today. And we will one day have grandchildren. When we are too old for conflict in our later years, we will have to look our children and grandchildren in the eye. What will be running through our hearts and minds at that time? Shame? Sorrow? Regret for what we could have done? None of us here enjoy having to be in a historical moment, but we never choose the times in which we live, just how we live through those times. The blessing here, folks, is we don't have to get our hands bloodied like our ancestors did, but we can no longer remain silent or on the sidelines. The enemy we're fighting is using an oblique and unorthodox tool, and this is what's keeping most of us asleep. Without direct kinetic conflict, it is sometimes hard to realize what type of warfare we're involved in. Now, make no mistake, the current network of corporate and political elites are trying the largest wealth, land, and control grab in human history, and they're almost going to get away with it without breaking a sweat or firing a single shot. Now, our apathy and ignorance is their single greatest weapon. We need to chop that down. We were born the freest people in history.
Still are.
We are citizens of Canada, not subjects. I was born free, and I intend to die free. And to do everything I can to make sure my grandchildren live in the same freedom my grandparents died for. None of us here have broken any laws of the Charter since this pandemic started. Civil disobedience has been committed by one side and one side only, and that is our government. Our gatherings are the most joyful, lawful, peaceful things I have seen in 10 years in this country. And like I said before, the truck convoy and these rallies have made me proud to be Canadian for the first time in a very long time. A couple centuries ago in the U.S., a handful of farmers, ranchers, and miners who had traveled halfway across the world for freedom had that freedom threatened. Now they decided to stand up to what was then the largest military in the world. Only 3% of them fought and won their freedom. We never have needed a majority, folks. We never have and never will. We need a righteous, energized minority, and we have that. How many of you know people in your circles that are finally waking up? Many of us do. This is an inflection point, and we have to hold the line. A third of us were never fooled. A third of us will never be unfooled. But the middle third is our target because they are the precious asset in this battle. 4 action points, and then I'm out of here. We continue, number 1, we continue to lovingly speak the truth. The time for silence is over. Number 2, we continue to obey the Charter of Rights and Freedoms because it is our government, not the politicians. Number 3, we can challenge bylaws peacefully and lawfully in court. They are not the law, they are an attempt to stop the law. Be open to challenging them peacefully. Number 4, last point, we educate ourselves so that we can educate those around us. Our knowledge is our weapon in this fight. We have to use this so that we don't have to use this.